For today's headlines, oil, gas surge extends beyond West Philippine Sea, according to Secretary of Energy Alfonso Cusi. Bongbong Marcos' popularity sweeping local execs. Bigger drive seeks 1.8 million shots. Cops, soldiers among gun ban crooks, according to Philippine National Police. Next academic year may start early, according to the Department of Education. LRT vaccinees get free passes. Baguio ends Panagbenga hiatus. Ukraine statehood threatened. Good morning, I am Kim Sancha and this is Tribune News on Q. Today is the 7th of March and these are the latest news this Monday morning. Department of Energy or DOE Secretary Alfonso Cusi said the government has extended its oil and gas exploration exports beyond the West Philippines to open up the untapped resources of the country. Cusi said during a Kapihan sa Manila Bay Forum last week that the exploration they are doing is not only in the West Philippine Sea, but also in Liguasan Marsh, in Mindanao, and the work program is being done. They will continue not only in exploration, but also in ensuring that we have a balanced energy mix to attain energy security. He added that the unilateral moratorium on exploration in the West Philippine Sea has been lifted and they have issued service contracts for the exploration companies to start their works. For instance, Cusi noted that PXP Energy Corporation is already acquiring the needed vessels to start its exploration. PXP Energy, the upstream oil firm of Tycoon Manuel V. Pangilinan, holds 78.98% operating interest in Service Contract 72, which explores the Recto Bank in the West Philippine Sea, throughout London-listed Forum Energy Public Limited Company. The DOE previously estimated that the lifting of the moratorium on the exploration activities in the West Philippine Sea could rake in an initial investment of $25 million by service contractors. Apart from that, a total of $78 million worth of remaining minimum investments from the service contractors could also be raised. The popularity of presidential candidate Bongbong Marcos is allegedly sweeping local officials as he continues to secure endorsements ahead of the May 2022 elections. Bongbong and his running mate Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio earned their latest endorsement from an unlikely ally, Masbate Governor Antonio Co, who on Saturday claimed that 17 of the 21 municipal mayors in his province are fully supporting the tandem. In an interview before Bongbong's arrival at the Masbate Airport of his campaign sortie, the governor claimed that his constituents and local leaders believe that the two candidates will continue the legacy of their fathers, the late Ferdinand Marcos Sr. and incumbent President Rodrigo Duterte, respectively. Despite being the bailiwick of Vice President Leni Robredo, Bongbong's rival Co is not the only Bicolano governor who expressed his support to the leading tandem. Bicol region is composed of 6 provinces: Albay, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Catanduanes, Masbate, and Sorsogon. Earlier, Catanduanes Governor Joseph Cua and Camarines Norte Governor Edgar Talyado also endorsed Bongbong and Sara. The government is aiming to vaccinate at least 1.8 million COVID-19 vaccine doses in the 4th edition of the National Vaccination Days or NVD, also known as Bayanihan Bakunahan, a Department of Health or DOH official said Sunday. In a text message to Daily Tribune, Health Undersecretary in National Vaccination Operations Center or NVOC, Chairperson Mirna Cabotaje said Bayanihan Bakunahan 4 will focus on the vaccination of senior citizens, individuals who have missed their second dose or booster shots. Cabotaje said the government will hold the event for 3 days on March 10 to the 12th. The fourth edition of the program will now include homes and workplaces. Asked how the government can increase the number of participants in the program, she said that barangay officials have an inventory of those who have yet to get any COVID-19 doses. In a separate interview, Kabutahe noted that some people are losing their sense of urgency to get booster shots. Hence, the vaccination over the past week has decreased. Tribune News on Cue will be back after these reminders.
Ayon sa World Bank, tinatayang 4.8 hanggang 12.7 milyong toneladang plastic ang sumisira sa ating karagatan taon-taon. Halos 80% nito ang nanggagaling sa Asya. Sa buong mundo, ang Pilipinas ay itinuturing na pangatlong pinakamalaking nagdudulot ng polusyon sa karagatan. Ang nakalalasong kemikal mula sa plastic ay di lamang kumukontamina sa karagatan, ngunit pati na rin sa hanging nilalanghap at lupang ginagalawan natin. Kung magpapatuloy ang kasalukuyang paggamit ng single-use plastics, sa taong 2050, mas marami na ang plastic kumpara sa mga isda na nasa ating mga karagatan. Dahil dito, mas pinaiigting ng pamahalaan ang kampanya laban sa paggamit ng single-use plastics. Nanganganib ang ating planeta. Iisa lang ito. Lahat tayo ay dapat kumilos sa lalong madaling panahon upang pangalagaan ito. Tama na ang plastikan.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Vaccination, isolation, gotta keep up with my nutrition, gotta maintain my body condition, then I can take my vaccination. What do I choose? What do I take? As long as it is not a fake. AstraZeneca, Moderna, BioNTech, even Sinovac, okay na. Babakuna ka ba? 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 Vaccination for the nation, no more isolation. With vaccination, babakuna ka ba? 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 Paturok, paturok, paturok.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
We are back on Tribune News on Q. 2 months after the implementation of the COMELEC on elections or COMELEC gone ban, the Philippine National Police or PNP already recorded thousands of violators, including some PNP personnel. On Sunday, the PNP reported capturing thousands of violators, including 15 in its rank and 9 soldiers. Some 1,516 police operations throughout the country yielded 1,268 firearms, 7,106 pieces of ammunition, and 586 deadly weapons. PNP data showed the top 5 regions per arrest are those in the National Capital Region with 536, Central Visayas with 171, Central Luzon 116, Calabar Zone 173, and Western Visayas with 93. COMELEC Resolution 10728 prohibits the carrying or transporting of firearms or deadly weapons outside of residence and in all public places from the 9th of January to the 8th of June 2022. Those who have authorization from the COMELEC on official duty and wearing a uniform during the election period are exempted from the ban. If the COVID-19 situation in the country continues to improve, the government may consider an earlier opening for academic year 2022 to 2023, a Department of Education or DepEd official said Sunday on radio. However, it's a matter which the next administration will have to decide on, according to DepEd Undersecretary Nepomuceno Malaluan. He said there will also be an impending transition of leadership at the DepEd. He added that they will be making their recommendation and the plans based on their decisions. But the next administration might still make adjustments to that. Malaluan said it's possible to start the academic early if COVID developments would continue to be positive. Academic year 2022-2023 may start by May or June, subject to possible adjustments by the incoming administration. He said, noting that academic year 2021-2022 started late on September 13, 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. About 25 million students enrolled in the present school year. As for in-person graduation ceremonies for academic year 2021 to 2021, they may be allowed if eased COVID-19 restrictions would continue, Malaluan said. A total of 6,925 schools nationwide have expressed willingness to participate in the progressive expansion phase of face-to-face classes, the DepEd official revealed. Of the number, 6,122 schools have already resumed limited in-person classes, an increase from the 4,296 schools reported by Education Secretary Leonor Briones this week. Antipolo City and the Light Rail Authority have stepped up the COVID-19 vaccination drive at Line 2's Antipolo Station from Mondays to Saturday, starting today from the initial 2-day schedule. To encourage more vaccinees, the LRTA will provide a free 1-day unlimited pass to those who will avail a primary or booster shots at any LRT2 vaccination sites. The Antipolo Station, Line 2's easternmost terminal and the fire station outside Metro Manila is strategically located as a point of convergence for passengers coming from Rizal Province. The Cubao Station in Quezon City will also start giving free COVID-19 jabs on Mondays only from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Manila's Recto Station vaccination will still be every Tuesday and Thursday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tribune News on Q will be back. Stay with us.
Our steps can lead us to millions of doors opening, millions of paths unfolding, and millions of reasons to keep going. Now's the time to be with a network that gets better every day for you.
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original Thrilla, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
Viber is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family, anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download Viber now.
And you are still watching Tribune News on Q. Finally, after 2 years, Baguio City residents on Sunday were able to listen to the Panagbenga hymn during the holding of a toned-down Baguio Flower Festival at the Melvin Jones Grandstand. Former Mayor Mauricio Domogan said that after a COVID-19-induced hiatus in 2020 and 2021, the Panagbenga Festival has been resumed to wide acclaim even as the country cautiously eases virus community restrictions. Domogan, the Baguio Flower Festival Foundation Incorporated chairperson, said the cooperation, sacrifices, and determination of the residents of the summer capital of the Philippines have paid off with the resumption of the festival started in 1996. Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong said that Panagbenga 2022 will kick off the revival of tourism in the city as the pandemic has hit its residents very hard in the past years. He said the festival ushers in a season of hope. Originally, the Panagbenga was launched as early as November with the main activities like the Grand Street Dancing and Float Parade happening in February. This year's Panagbenga, however, was still without the street dancing and float parade. Russian President Vladimir Putin threatened the existence of Ukrainian statehood as his army's invasion of the neighbor faces stiff resistance Sunday, and his economy is increasingly asphyxiated by sanctions. In the latest efforts to freeze Moscow out of the world, economy US-based card payment giants Visa and MasterCard announced they will suspend operations in Russia, while world leaders vowed to act over the intensifying onslaught. Putin said on Saturday that the current Ukrainian authorities must understand that if they continue to do what they are doing, they are putting in question the future of Ukrainian statehood. And if this happens, they will fully be responsible. Since Russia's invasion 10 days ago, the economic and humanitarian toll of the war has spiraled, sending more than 1 million people fleeing Ukraine. Officials have reported hundreds of civilians killed. And that wraps up the stories this morning. Before we go, we would like to thank the SM Store, Araneta City, the Department of Tourism, MG Motor, Haina Motors, Security Bank, Emperor East Land Holdings Incorporated, and Overseas Community Affairs Council member Alan Lin of Republic of China for their continued support. Again, this is Kim Sancha on Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good morning.
Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. Download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS and Google Play for Android to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune invites you to join its Viber community, Katribu, to get updates on the hottest news on politics, business, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment. Emoticons of the Tribune mascot Tarsito are available on our community Viber.